students, welcome back to Konnur online class. So we have started the chapter called matter in our surroundings. So in the previous classes we studied about what is matter made up of and how these particles of matter are. Then we performed 1-2 experiments regarding this topic of how small the particles are and what are the characteristics of particles, right? Now let us move towards the next characteristics of the particles, that is, particles of matter are continuously moving. Now how will you prove that the particles which are present in a matter, they are continuously moving? Now let us go with some experiments that are given in your textbook. Now first experiment is with an insane stick. It is with an insane stick. Now what do you mean by an insane stick? Let us go with agarbatti. What you call it as agarbatti, right? That you put it in front of a god, which gives you a very good fragrance. Not smell, children. It is fragrance always. So the experiment is with this insane stick. Again I repeat, insane stick is nothing but the agarbatti, right? Now whenever you take an insane stick, I keep it here. Do you get the smell automatically? No. If you want to take the smell, either you have to bring your, if this is an incense stick, you have to bring it close to your nose, right? Then you will feel the smell. But when you put it in your puja room, light it. Okay, you put with a matchstick, you light it when the fire is off, and you can see the burning incense stick, and you put it at in your puja room or anywhere. If you are sitting at that corner of the room also, you will get the fragrance of it, the smell of it, right? Now what does this prove? It proves that the particles go on moving. The particles which are present in their smell, they go on moving. So this is how one experiment which proves that the particles are continuously moving, because the incense stick which is put here, the smell goes till there. That means the particles of smell of the incense stick are continuously moving till there. Okay? Even when I talk, the sound from here, it reaches to you people. How? Because the particles are continuously vibrating, and that vibration is caused because of the movement. Now let us go with one more experiment. That is, you need to take two beakers. Here they are not available, so I'll just draw it. If you take 2 beakers, right? In one beaker, you put a drop of, first fill it with water. You put drop of ink. Normally I see, when you take a beaker and put a drop of ink, immediately the ink spreads. Right? When you take a drop of honey and put it in the water, it goes and settles down. Now if you keep these 2 beakers at one place for a few hours, you will slowly see that even the honey gets mixed. Okay, but slowly, not immediately, but slowly. Now why does the honey disappear, or where does the ink disappear in the water? It does not get disappear, but it brings the transparent color. If you are using a blue ink, the water becomes bluish color, right? Now what happens here actually? The phenomenon that is taking place here is the particles of ink are entering into the spaces with the particles of water. Wherever there is a space, they are going and occupying that space, right? This occupancy of space is because of the particles which are continuously moving. Because they are moving, they are able to occupy the space. Very simple concept. Okay. Now, let us go with the facts here. Particles of matter are moving, that is, they possess kinetic energy. Any moving object always possesses a kinetic energy. That is why it is said that the particles of a matter, since they are continuously moving, they are having some form of energy, and that form of energy is the kinetic energy. So the moving particles possess kinetic energy. Now, as temperature rises, children, the particles move faster. Now for instance, you take a beaker in which you pour water and dissolve sugar and leave it. See how much time it takes to dissolve. Okay, do not stir it. about, I don't know what you call it in Kannada, but do not stir it like this. Just leave it as it is. Does it not take more time to dissolve, right? Now the same thing, what you do, you boil the water. Okay, start boiling the water and add sugar. Do not stir. But see, the sugar dissolves faster. The sugar dissolves faster. So this shows that as temperature rises, in boiling water you know that temperature is rising, the particles move faster. That is why the dissolving of particles, the occupancy of space by the particles of sugar in the water, it becomes faster. That is why it is said that as the temperature rises, particles move faster. Now particles of matter intermix on their own with each other. Now as I said you, just take a normal water, put the sugar. No doubt particles will dissolve, but the time taken will be less. Okay. So the particles will go on dissolving on their own. Okay. Not necessary that you require some stirring and all. Slowly with time they go on dissolving or they go on intermixing with the water molecules on their own. Now why does this intermixing take place? Now as I said you, take a beaker. Okay. If you take a beaker, you pour water in it. Right, so this is the water. You put the sugar crystals. Right. After some time you will find that the size of the sugar crystals goes on decreasing. It becomes small. Now why did it become small? The particles which were there with the sugar, they start to, now this is the water particles. These are the water particles. So can you see the spaces there? So these particles go on occupying the space here, which is there. And the occupancy of the space is similar throughout. It is similar throughout. So can you see? So whenever you are drinking a lemon juice in which sugar is there, salt is there, lemon juice is there, water is there, at one place you find it sour, at one place you find it sweet. No, the whole lemon juice appears to be same because the particles are equally distributed throughout. So the particles of sugar, they go and occupy the space between the other particles, water particles. Okay. So it happens so because the particles start getting into the space between the particles. So these are also particles. So whatever space is available here, they go on occupying the space between the other particles. This intermixing of particles of two different types of matter on their own is called as diffusion. Now in these terms, where particles are continuously moving and occupying space, this type of intermixing of particles is called as a diffusion. So this is about the topic or the properties of matter, saying that particles of matter are continuously moving. Now in the next video, we will be studying that particles of matter attract each other. How is that the particles of matter attract each other? Go through the activities there which are in the textbook and try to find out the answer for the third activity that is given in your textbook, which is on page number 2. Till then, bye.